Welcome back to my Colorado Mountain Garden and Homestead. And today is Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. Um, what you're seeing in front of you are the Columbines. I bought some packets of seeds and I thought it said 10 seeds and it said 100 seeds. So I had way too many seeds. So besides cold stratifying Columbines in my refrigerator, in paper towels. I had this spinach container, and so I decided to cold stratify some outside. Now, I didn't start these ones outside until 214, and you can see that they're just now starting to come up. Now, if you want to see the columbines that I did in the refrigerator that have been in the house the entire time, you'll need to go to my Facebook page. And I'll put a link in the comments down below to the Facebook page because I just took some still photos of those yesterday before I took them outside for a little while to harden them off. And they are much bigger. But this is just a spinach container. And I'm going to open it up here. So I wrote down here the date that I started them outside. Now all I did is put some seed starting mix inside. I'll have to hold this up so it doesn't flop down. Seed starting mix that was very moist. I spread the seeds out and I overseeded, and then I put about 1/4 of an inch of soil over the top of the seeds. And then I used a spray bottle and sprayed them in place. Now, we haven't had any snow or anything like that. And the one time we did get snow, it wasn't very much. So I've been having to mist these. Oh, I would say about every 10 to 15 days, depending on how cold it's been outside. So these have been up close to my house where they weren't getting sun, because while they're cold stratifying, they really should be in the dark, but I didn't want to put them in the garage because I knew I'd forget to mist them. So I had them up on the deck, but very close to the house, where the wind wouldn't knock over the container and things like that. And they are just teeny tiny. And let me see if I can scroll in here a bit. There we go. So you can see they're pretty tiny, and they just started coming up about, I'm going to say about a week ago, maybe 10 days. And I don't know if just because of, I'm sure the seeds moved around as I was misting them. So like over in here, where my hand's right in the way. Hang on, let me hold this up. Over in here, this area, where there's nothing coming up, if I'll get some seeds or not. It seems like everything moved to the corners. I can't tip it because if I tip it, the soil's going to fall because these aren't big enough yet to be root bound. Now, I don't know how I'm going to handle all of these. I want to make sure that they've got a really good root system on them. And today I did bottom water, so there's holes in the bottom as well as vents up top here. So I did bottom water them with a very, very weak solution of Fox Farm Grow Big. And that's the first time I've given them any fertilizer or anything like that. As they get bigger, I'll switch to regular strength. And eventually, this top is going to come off. But right now, we're still getting some cold nights. Just last week, we were in the 20s. If it's going to drop really low while this soil is pretty wet, since I just let it soak up as much, I may move it in at night and set it on my kitchen counter and then move it back out during the day, just so that those roots don't freeze. But it was just a fun little experiment. A lot of people do winter sowing. You're better off if you're somewhere where you can actually get some rain or snow or something on top of them, so you're not having to mist them and make sure they don't dry out. Again, just was a spinach container. Uh, can't really tell you too much other stuff. When these get longer, I'm probably going to end up putting them in solo cups until they get really long roots. Then I'll be digging some holes and putting them in since we haven't been getting rain or anything like that. I may decide to leave them in the cups and just keep watering them. I don't really know. I'll have to decide when I get there. But that's what little tiny baby columbines look like. And these are the classic blue and whites, which is the Colorado State flower. I'm partial to them. I do have yellow columbines around my pond and down by my garage. I think I have some white ones too. The white ones actually kind of started out being the blue and whites, um, white petals, blue center. And then all of a sudden they switched to being all white. But I love columbines. They're one of my favorite wildflowers. And the bees love them. The hummingbirds love them. Oh gosh. All the pollinators really like them. Now, it's not unheard of that these will not flower the first year. So a lot of times people will throw down columbine seeds in an area and water them, and they'll come up and they don't get flowers. And that's perfectly normal the first year. If they flower, it will probably be late. So more towards summer or even fall that we'll see the flowers on these. But typically, once they get going, April showers bring May flowers. But usually, I start seeing the blooms on mine somewhere around June or July, and that's on a regular year. I'm not sure what I'll see this year since it's so dry, but just some fun information about columbines. Um, Hopefully, I won't have to grow any columbines after I get a lot of these going because they'll reseed themselves, as well as the plant stays alive, obviously, up here in the mountains. I hope you're having a wonderful day and happy gardening.